Hello, everybody. Kathleen from Crafting Time. Hope you're all doing well. Oop, there we go. It's so fun. I'm a little bit late. I was watching the ice skating tonight, and it's told me that I'm on with you. Let me just catch up. Yeah, there we go. Plug me in. All right. I have, and you've probably seen me wear this shirt. It's a sweatshirt, and it's from Victoria Sports. Never heard of them. It was given to me. And I have a coffee stain or some type of stain here I can't get out, and it drives me nuts. And it's one of my favorite shirts to wear. So I thought we could make it beautiful. Now that sounds like a great plan to me. I don't know about you. Just moving some stuff out of the way, and I'm going in to get my. We're going to be using Chalk Couture, and we're also going to be using the Chalk Couture um, ink. Just a minute. Stuff is down at the bottom. I had them in a different container, and somebody used her container. I did that right. I'm just getting my different squeegees out that I might need. The other ones are in the water here. Um, I'm just looking. Now, I know I have the one stain there, and I have some marks here from markers or something, some more stains here. So we're just gonna like color it up. And then the other day I was at work, and of course I have my sleeve parts. It hit my paint, and that dried before I realized it. So I'm thinking, as much as I like the long sleeves, because it does keep me warm, I could cut those off. Almost a perfect fit, or I could put some leaves and stuff and um, trying to think of what I could put on there. Something bit my finger. Okay, sorry about that. I am ADHD. If you ever want to know why all of a sudden my mind says squirrel, that is why. It just takes off, goes the other direction, and it comes back eventually. I'll tell you. All right. So for our first part of it, um, we're going to put in a board, and it's a Chalk Couture ink pad board. It's right here. And you just slide that into the area that you're going to want to use. And it's sticky, it sticks. It's not a very high stick, but it sticks. I probably should have washed it off from last time, but I don't think I used it last time. I think that was somebody else. So I'm sliding this in like you would a cardboard. Now I don't have to do like any real measuring, friends. I know I'm just going for those areas that have stains on it. I'm going to put a big sunflower there. And as you see, I'm just smoothing it out the best I can. Now this is not as big as or I'm sorry, as wide as my shirt. It's like 12 inches. Wish they were a little wider. They probably have wider ones. I never really looked. About one size fits all. Just move it around. So I'm making sure it's smooth in my area that I'm going to chalk up right here. And I have this beautiful sunflower. Now I'm going to have the leaves start down at the bottom, and we're going to just build it up until I can get this sunflower right on in that spot, or build it down. Probably building down would be better. Now, this has already been, it doesn't stick very well any longer because I've used it like a lot. So I'm just gonna kind of like go right over it. Now, I have another shirt on. Let me show you. I had to make sure I had it on. This is the other shirt I did. And this will be the same um, flower. See, it's the same flower that I have here. Is what we're going to put here, and then we're going to make it go straight down. Now, the curve of the stem curves right down here at this point. So I'm not going to do this point at the beginning on the top half. I'm going to just ignore that point and then just slide it down and connect it right on to here. And that's why I was wondering if I build up, it may be easier. I want to start it kind of actually below the line of my surface here. I'm going to turn it sideways. Let me move my water. I have things all over the place. We're going to turn it sideways. So now I'm hoping you can see the whole transformation. Now this is a used old sweatshirt. I've had it for about 10 years and then, I want to keep using it because it's nice. And if it gets wrecked, guys, I'm not losing no money, right? These are the transfers we're going to use. Put those there. And we won't need this at the moment. But we are going to need our inks. And I have my inks separate from my paste. Just so they're definitely clearly different. It says ink on them. But when I'm busy and I'm online, I screw up. Don't ask me why. I have never a clue why. I just all of a sudden screw it up. Now we're going to use a little yellow, some orange, some gold. Other flowers are going to have, we're just going to probably use all these colors, guys. I'm just going to pull them all out. Do I have green out? No. I have a different black. Do I have a blue? No. Let's just bring them all out. I don't know what colors I'm going to do. I haven't decided anything. So I got those are the colors I have. For my inks. I'm just gonna I should have got this set up before, but you know, I like to show all of you what it takes, how much it takes of time to get you things prepared. You know, I've seen some crafters where they just jump on and they have done 90% of their craft, and man, I didn't see how they did that. I'm no different than anyone else. I want to see it. So that's why I take my time to show you. So someone told me the other day, just do it and shut up. I was shocked. But I know some people don't have patience like I do. Even though I'm ADHD, I try to make sure my patience stands out. Now we're probably going to have to wash this transfer because we're going to be using it all the way up. But we're going to just start, and we might do some painting on this with the brush. And I'm just going to stir this just a bit. It's always good to stir your paints, get it all reunited with each other. That's what I call it. You can call it what you like. Mix it back in. Now, chalking is not hard. It really isn't. But it does take a little bit of patience and time. And you need a few accessories like, you know, you're going to need some cleaning wipes. You're going to need the board that I just showed you a little bit ago. Of course, you're going to need your transfers and your inks. Um, what else? And patience. The biggest. All right, so let's get started. I hope you all can see. I'll be starting down here. I'm just doing the stem, and then we'll move it up, and I'll do another stem to see where this is going to go. So here we go. Hi, Yvette. I will be ordering, by the way. Just wanted to tell you. Um, and hello to everyone else, Isma. So I'm going right down, put it on smooth as butter, friends. Now we're probably going to paint this as well. Is that a little closer to me? But not till after it's like dry. Now some people like to do this with black, and I might just go back and do it with black. Just like so. Making sure it gets in that screen. And you know what? I've never done it on sweatshirts that I know of. So this is my first sweatshirt, I'm going to say. I've done t-shirts, and I love how it turns out. And I painted them, as you can see. I painted over my leaves. These are going to give me the inlay of the pattern of the leaves, so when I come back, I can paint it real fine. No problem. Now, I suggest that, you know, they do have those fabric markers, and they work fine. I have my own use of my fabric markers, and I have them. They're right over here. They have a tendency to bleed. I don't have that with the Chalk Couture. And that's why I do more Chalk Couturing, because I'm finding it's working better than what maybe the old method is. And this whole leaf here, so forgive me, I have to go back down, get this leaf. I'm going to scrape off anything that's probably not there that we're going to need. Big clump there. Make sure I get my edges. Add that over there. See, I did get quite a bit off. Why I dunked it so far in, that was kind of silly of me. I'm going to peel this off. Oh, that looks nice. Not exactly perfect. Now, probably should wash it off. So I'm just going to pick this up. Let it dry for just a second. We're going to just clean that off. I had my wipe here. I'm not worried about it fully being wiped off, friends, because we're going to use it right away. I am going to flip it over because, see, it was on the screen itself. I'm going to wipe off the back. This is just a wet wipe. Oh, like feeling a crease here, and I didn't know why. Just found it. It was a little wire. Now I'm just going right where the screen itself is, and I'm just wiping it out. Now this transfer has been used about 22, 23 times on the average. Oh, wait a second. Did you see this mess? Oh, that would have been a good mistake, right? Now I'm going to flip this over. That was almost a blooper and a half. Now, did you see how I moved it? It stayed right. It hasn't detached or anything from my Chalk Couture tablet here, pad. It stayed all very well connected. Now I'm going to connect this one. I'm going to lower a little bit lower. I'm going to match that up. It's still too low. Darn. Okay, we're going to have to do it a couple times, guys. Match it up to that stem. A little higher up. Trying to keep it as natural looking. Okay, now I'm just going to, again, do the leaf one more time. Push it down. Now you could have dried it and all that, but I'm not. I'm just going to, it's only going to be a second, so I think we'll be okay. If it messes up, guess what? We'll just chalk right back over it with our ink. No problem. Now, some people have asked me, why don't I just get a t-shirt press? Well, I can tell you, first of all, they're expensive. And if I'm going to make a handmade t-shirt, I don't think using a press is my style. I'd rather chalk it. Then I can paint it my way. I like my way. Now, maybe not all of you like the way I do it, but I love it. I'm just adding a little more ink over that edge. Well, my heat just turned on. I was already hot. I didn't need it. It's 45 degrees out, guys. It's time to shut the heat off. Goodness sakes. Okay. You see it? It's just nicely building. Now, No, we probably shouldn't do it. No, we're not going to. There, my heat just shut off. It thought the same as I did. See how nice that's looking? We'll go back and we'll color it in just a minute. I'm going to flip this back over. We'll keep this side wet. I'm going to wipe it off one more time. Now my other transfers, we're not going to have to wipe off, guys. This is just because it goes, it's going all the way up. That's where my coffee ran all the way down. I'm just taking my wipe. You can use your pad if you want to clean it off right away and be done with it. But I'm not. I'm not doing that right now. I want to keep it kind of moist. Cleaning it off here. Flipping it. Get that out of my way. Just gonna wipe this off so it doesn't get on the front of it. These are silicone mats. I'm just going to go right over my transfer again. Yes, it's a yay for sure. I need to get a few more flowers, man. I love my daisies and I love my sunflowers and I love my roses, but I thought I saw some other ones that I liked as well. Just wiping this off. That's something there. I use a lot of my transfers, friends, in the at my place of work. Sit there for a second, and they don't get them. I almost did it again, guys. Jeepers. Goodness. Let me wipe this off and I'll flip it. Gracious. No memory at all today. All right, so we're going to do one more time here. And nothing has moved other than myself. Now we got to get this straightened out here because we're going to be doing the top half now. And when you do a t-shirt, friends, you want to do it what you're comfortable with. See, now something has to go there because I just flopped it in my. So we'll be doing the sleeves. Might end up doing a full makeover. Now I'm making sure it's flat on my table so I can just continue up. And again, I'm just focusing more now towards the top of getting this to match. Just a bit. That will be like where I need it. Additional one. Got it where I needed it. Okay, so now we're doing the leaves and then we're going to do the flower as well. So we had to do the leaves 3 times. Not bad. I want to do this too. Buy a jean skirt, one that fits me. and also do a jean skirt with all this. That'd be kind of cool. I'm just making sure now it gets inside my um, edging here, my screen. Super cute. Done with the green. I'm just going to set that right here since I hit that sleeve. We'll just not even worry about that. Okay, then we're going to use some yellow. Don't have no strength, guys. And grab another transfer, or squeegee, not a transfer. Keeping my same transfer, friends. Now I'm adding in my yellow. It's Bumblebee, called Bumblebee. I'm going to be doing this with my grandkids in the next couple weeks. So look forward to doing that. They're going to do their own. They're children, friends. It's going to be real fun. I think they will enjoy it. So now I'm going back around and scraping up anything that I'm not going to use on this part, and I'm going to add gold. Is it gold? What do they call you? Shimmering gold. I had it right. Just got the shimmer. I'm going to add that into the middle, and that's this color here. Now you could add brown instead if you rather. That's completely up to you. But I don't want you to ever be scared of using Chalk Couture or even Mongolia. I have never used Mongolia. I think that's how you say it. But it looks very similar. Techniques are about the same from what I can see. And I'm just going to use my gold in my right here. I'm going to go around this middle circle. And this has shimmer in it, so I'm really going to like press it in. And I think it shimmers a little bit. I think it could be a little more shinier. Just pushing it right into the gold here. The yellow into the gold. No, I said it right the first time. The gold into the yellow. Just making it sunflower-ish. Now we'll probably have to paint on it. Not all the way on. Let's pull this off. Ooh, pretty, pretty. Let me sit right here for a second. I have to do some adjusting. I just want to show you. That worked out well. Hope you can see it. There's my flower. Now I think I'm going to paint in my leaves. And maybe some of the petals, not every petal, but some of them. And again, I'm just going to use my set it aside, let it dry just a second. It's a lot of moving. Hi, hello, Patricia. Thanks for coming in. Now, I'm just going to flip this over and we're going to wash off my screen. Actually, we're done with that. So I can just set that right over here. Have a little wet towel. Then we don't have to fuss with that. And it hasn't moved. This has stayed right on my, I wish it had a back stickum. Um, that would have been like super great. I might just buy a second one and glue them together. Because, I'm ADHD. If I can screw it up, man, it's no problem. I can do that. Okay, so I got it nice and flat again. And it's semi-dry, but I think I'm going to paint this. And I just use my paintbrushes, and I just go in and I use my paints. I'm just going to use this as my paint holder. Trying not to cover up my microphone there. I'm going to paint in my leaves. Now, my leaves don't really need painting, but I I like full colored leaves. And especially like on a plain shirt like this. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to paint it out. Is it going to be a perfect paint? I can guarantee it will not. But it's what I like to do. And maybe when I'm all done and it's completely dry, I'll go back and I will, it'll probably be tomorrow afternoon. Um, I'll come back and use the transfer again and put the lines back in. And I'll use probably a brown or it'll have to be brown or black. What do you think would be a good color, friends? Now, this is so easy just to um, paint right over this. No big deal. It's kind of hard over the seams, but just work it the best you can. Anybody have a preference? No one's chatting. Hey, friends, make sure you sprinkle me out. The other day I was or if anybody wants to, well, I can't do the chit chat on this. I have to switch lines. Um, it said that like right now it's saying we have about 4 people watching, which is fabulous. Thank you, all 4 of you. But when I get off, it'll tell me I had 200 people watching. I'm just not getting them. So don't forget to say hello and talk out and sprinkle it out. You really need to grow crafting time. So as you see, it looks like just big green globs. But when I'm done and I relay down my transfer that's down there, it will look super, super nice. Now, I don't think I did that on this one. No, I didn't. So this one, I'll do this shirt too tomorrow after I wash it. Painting inside my lines. I'm not, I'm not exactly worried about if it's not fully covered either, because I want it to have kind of that little rustic look of how the leaves are. If you have a spot that doesn't want to paint over, just hold it there for just a second. That's all you need. And some shirts that I do take lots of time. Sometimes I will put the shirts on uh, and just do the pattern of it, and then I go back and I repaint later. But I'm just showing you online how I do it, um, if I'm just going to completely do it. Now, if you want something like this and you want me to do it, you send me your shirt, you tell me what transfer you want, and I'll do a visual call with you with that, and then I'll make it and I'll send it right back to you when I'm done, once it's dry. And I charge $25 for that if you don't want to do it yourself. Not everybody likes to paint on clothes. I think it's fun. There's a lady in my life that years ago, I'm talking at least 40, maybe 50 years ago, and it was my girlfriend's mom. And she sat and colored with these tubes with rollers in them, and she would roll and do the same thing. And I always loved it. And I actually called up her daughter because she's now passed, gone on to heaven. And those are no longer being made. And then I somehow ran into Chalk Couture through Yvette, and that's how um, I got into Chalk Couture. It was very similar, except for I'm doing more hands-on work than the rollers. And I have to say, I like this better. So I'm really glad the old company shut down. But of course, anything from 40 years ago is pretty much gone now, right? I don't know. So as you're seeing, I'm just painting right in my lines, making my own leaves. Not worried about the lines that are here because I'll do that again. I didn't realize I didn't do it. I thought I did it on this one. So this is totally a hand-painted shirt, guys, in 99% ways of hand painting. And it's fun. Now, if you're looking to do a fast craft, I would start with hankies. They're very thin material, and you can make some really cute hankies, especially with all the different transfers that are out there now. My goodness. I even saw Hobby Lobby have some silk screens. I didn't buy them because I buy through, um, I have a lady that sends me stuff. She sent me a shirt and a transfer, and then I sent the transfer and the shirt back to her after I had it done. I don't know where she got the transfer. It wasn't in a bag, had no um, brand on it, but she got a beautiful shirt out of it. And she says she's going to be sending an apron because she really liked what I did. But I charged 25, but you have to send me your shirt. That way I don't have to guess and gosh, which size fits ya. So feel free to do that. Thanks for all the hearts and love, guys. I see a puppy giving me kisses. Woohoo! I love puppy kisses. Okay, so I might just touch up the stem a little bit because it looks a little radish. I'm just gonna connect my areas. Not making it super, super perfect. Making sure my leaves are attaching to each other. Here's the way you want. And I always do the middle of the seam stem last. So I can go back and touch up anything that looks kind of wild. Okay, so now we got the green done. Yeah. Now we're going to use a little of the yellow because on the gray here, it is a gray shirt. It doesn't have very much, you can see it, but it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Got a drop of paint there too. Well, we might add some more flowers. Goodness, how did that cap? We have very little on me, and I got a drop. Gracious me. So now I'm just gonna kind of like fill in some of my petals here. Again, I'm not doing every one. I'm doing like just some of them. I have to order some. This would be the first time I've had to really order certain colors. Now my yellow here, it's kind of dry compared to like the green I was just using. It's kind of interesting. Now there again, when I'm done, I'm going to, once this is all dry, I'll put my transfer back on and I'll do the whole thing in a very light brown, I believe, or even I could use the gold, shimmering gold. I do have a brown or taupe. Here's the brown. What do they call it? Bark. Um, or taupe, maybe. Maybe on the leaves I might go with black. Hi, Jamie. Just a fun way to recycle a shirt, friends. I mean, it might be for you and it might not. I get it. Not everyone likes it, but I gotta move this down a little bit. I have nowhere to move it to, so it has to stay. Well, if I switch hands, I can do a little better. Probably not. I'm left-handed painter, friends. Stick to my left hand. if you make an error and you just paint right over it, friends. It's really not that big of a deal. Now I like to do the overlay the next day, just where my paint is dry. Almost around. You'll be able to see the pretty flower. So, so now we went all the way around our flower. I won't crank that one as tight. Now it doesn't have the overlay on. But there you have the sunflower. As you can see it a whole lot better. You know, we're going to let it dry. Super cute. Get out of the way again. I'm just going to pull the dryer over it just a little bit to help just get it start to dry a little bit. It won't dry completely. This is just going to get it top dry so I'm able to move it around without making the errors that I made here and stuff. But that's not an error. That just means the flower's going there. See, that rhymes. You don't want to get it too close where your ink will bubble on you. I'm just doing a top dry. I'm just lifting up my now when you do a top lay, you're not going to wax over it. Absolutely not. I'm going to see if I can do it so for those that are following and they want to try this, that you have the next step. So that's why I'm drying it, to show you the next step. Is it pretty? You like it? Puppy's giving me kisses and waving me hi. Oh, that's so sweet. Normally I let this completely dry. I'm taking off any of the ridges that maybe I see. Some ridges don't bother me, but some do. So it's not dry yet. It takes time for the ink to dry, guys. I know it's not completely dry, but I'm going to do an overlay just so you can see what that is. I'm going to let it cool off here. I'm going to make sure my shirt underneath is flat. This little rose here might be cute. Maybe I'll just do one sunflower right here and maybe another one on that side. Do the side hole sunflower. That'd be cool. Oh, we have to wash that. See, I wasn't going to do it. Now I am. Hold on. And if you do t-shirts, friends, I do suggest that you buy two transfers. It's easier with two. Like I have one sitting waiting for me to clean off, and the other one I could be using. It's just the way I like to do things. You do go through a lot of bleach stuff. What did I do with that? I had it sitting in my water. Just right where I want them. Now again, I'm just going to wipe it off. And we're going to use black to overlay it once it's dry. Making sure everything is cleared off. Looking good. Now I'm just going to set these aside and I'm going to take a paper towel. I'm going to use a napkin actually. And I'm going to dry the back. Now, like I said, this one doesn't have hardly any stick left because I've used it so much. And it's my only one, and I'm hoping they have more when I go back and purchase another. If you find one you really like, buy it. Buy several, because they run out. I have my spray bottle. I had my spray bottle. I had my spray bottle. Guess I don't. I have a little yellow here. That was a little easier. Okay, set this over here. Now I'll show you how to do an overlay. I just redo it the same way except for a different color, and I do it where make sure your board is flat. The shirt is going to be all done. I'm just showing you parts of it. Oh, speaking about all done, the umbrella we started last night, here it is. I got the inside done. As you can see, the boards are there. The little, now this is done by a wheel of the Dollar Tree wheel, and we bent it last night. It has a nice little form. Now it's not completely bent as like a full umbrella, but it's cute. And then somebody suggested a frog sitting underneath it or a fairy. Um, so I was looking at frogs today, and I was looking at fairies. I haven't decided which one I want to do. Now my transfer dried pretty fast. So I'm going to lay this again right over where I laid my paint, ink. Goodness, get the right one here. And I want to make sure that wherever I have it, you have to stop just there. And I think we'll do that in the, let's do the bark. I think the black might be too dark. But the bark might be perfect. Oh, crap. Well, there. Not strong tonight, guys. Let me stir that up. I use more of my, this is super thick. I really don't like how this one is, but it's my only ink one, so we're going to use it. Just going to stir it up really well. I'm actually thinking of melting it down with a little hot water and on the outside and melting it because it kind of dulls. At least this one does. Okay, just like so. Sure I don't get it on my other stuff, and we're going to just lay it right on there, and then we're just going to slide it right up. And I'm going to do it all bark. It spreads great, just looks terrible. All going to be bark. Friends, my transfer does not have very much stick left to it, so I hold my transfer. When you buy yours will stick probably so much better than mine because mine's been used. They guarantee about 10 times. I'm just overlaying. Now my ink is still wet underneath. I did an over dry, but it's not, I just did a top dry. Now I'm not even going to wash it off. I'm just going to slide it up to the next one. You know what? We might have to wash it off, but I'll show you. Now this just gives you your bottom. Can you see how the brown just adds into your, you can use black as well, but I didn't want it to be overboard. I want it to be just soft. I don't want the brown to mess up my shirt. So now you're just going to wipe it off again. Just wipe off both sides. You don't have to do a full cleaning unless you want to. Just a good wipe off where you can see your lines when you straighten it out. I have one spot there that's going to need a little green paint. I see. That's kind of interesting. I missed the whole leaf. And I just wipe it off. That's all I'm doing. Take your dry towel, wipe off the back in case anything got moved. Now I'm going to move it up. Sure it's flat. I missed this whole leaf right here. How did I do that? That's kind of funny. So now I'm matching up. I can see through my transfer. And I'm going to match up my transfer with my leaves. You can see white, and you didn't line it up very well. Or whatever color your shirt is. Should be about right. Looking about right. So now I'm going to take my brown. And set it right over that. Taking my bark. I'm going to bark it up. Now, once you put it on, friends, there's like really no way of going back. So just make sure it's what you want. Remember when your mom and dad told you made your bed? That's pretty much how this is. You make your bed. You live with what you did. Now these are just putting the lines back on. Scraping off a little excess that I don't, I'm trying to save it. So now we're 3/4 of the way up you can kind of see the details there. Just adding that little bit of brown. Hi, how are you? Isma? I can't read your name, hon. Sorry, I'm so blind I can't read. That over there. I get a lot of exercise, guys. I do a lot of bending. This way and that way. I just haven't lost this part of it. I got good sides, but I don't have the middle done. Now I'm just wiping off again. Nothing over major here. Just wiping it off. And we have just pretty much the whole top of the flower and a couple leaves. Have my paper towel. All the way down there, so I'll just grab another one right here on my shelf. And I'm just wiping off the back in case there's any ink on it. And this does have a little bit of yellow in it. I just saw that, so I'm going to see if I can brush some of that off, or the brown can go through the bark. Just at a few spots. Set that there for a minute. Move this back down here. Lots of exercise, friends. Don't ever say you don't exercise when you craft, because you do a lot. Now this shirt might take me like 2 days to do my whole shirt, and I'm planning on that. But I'm just doing this flower with you tonight so you can see some fun results. All right, we're going to lay this onto our sunflower and make sure we have that where we need it. It's looking super good. And we are stopping about right there. So we're doing this part here with our beautiful bark. I put it all in my paste. Have technicalities. I'm not one of those perfect crafters that can just perfectly do it. Emma, thank you. I can see that part. So now I'm doing exactly the same thing. This is called an overlay. I'm just relining my lines. I'm praying that it's completely lined up. It looks like it is, but if it's not, guess what? You just paint right over it. It's kind of fun. I'm going right over my sunflower now with the brown, the bark. And I clean up as I go. So if you see me go backwards, that just means I'm scraping off so I can use it on the next section. Some people do it all at the end, but I do it all at the same time. I don't like triple steps. Adding a little bit of brown over that gold. Not much. Just kind of using what's on my paper here. Make sure I get every one of those little corners because underneath might be maybe missed, and it'll just add some character to it. Oh, it's beautiful, guys. Now, there you go. A very beautiful lined. Hope you can see the brown. Super nice. I'll roll it up a little bit so you can see the leaves. Super nice. Now this is an old shirt. It's 10 years old. It has a little bit of decoration from the top. It's kind of coiled. They cut it and then they sewed it to stay in its position. Um, but it has stains on it now. That big stain I had here, that coffee stain, you can't see it. You see a flower. Now, how adorable, right? And it's one of my favorite shirts and it fits. I don't have to worry about it. Super nice. Now, I know I have a little bit of green here, but if I put another daisy right here, just the one half, it will be gorgeous. I can just make this whole shirt a daisy shirt and wear it all spring and summer. You know, it's super pretty. I'm going to put a daisy there and maybe a small daisy here. So I'll have one, two, and then a shorter one here. And then on the sleeves, now personally, I'm thinking about cutting these sleeves off and doing, what's that called? What kind of shirt is that that has, not these kind of sleeves. These roll up. I don't like that. It rolls up. I don't like that. This will probably get cut off if I keep this shirt. Because, I don't know. We'll see. If it keeps rolling up, it will be cut off. I cut a lot of shirts. Sometimes I wear a large, generally. And some of the shirts, now this is a large, but this is a youth large. Now, I actually bought it, but I thought I could make it for my granddaughter. And I'm going to make her another one. I told her dad that he has to go get me a shirt that fits her. And 'cause she's growing like a weed. 6 years old now. My goodness. Now I just wipe off my stuff like this, guys. That's all I do. These are all clean. I only used one um, my mini scraper, and it's a mini I cut in half, and then I have the really mini minis that I cut in fours. My regular scrapers, I don't know what I did with them. But anyway, when I went over, I was going to give her the shirt, and for Valentine's Day, and I'm like, no way, this shirt is not going to fit her if it fits me. She's just precious 6 year old size, whatever size that could be. I don't know. She told me she wore a large, but I didn't think, I was thinking, okay, she's going to be 6, now she's going to be 7, and, you know, it's been a long time since I had to buy a 7 year old something. So anyway, I didn't give it to her, I kept it. It's okay. It's a little tight on me. But, you know, I could cut the sides and add a flare out, you know, make it, make it fun. I just had it sitting in my water here, so now I can bring this up. I'm going to wipe off the heavy excess, like so. I'm going to flip it over, wipe off the back. Then I'm going to grab my little cleaner that I had here. Oh, dang it, I need my spray bottle. Where did I put it? I moved everything before I could be here. Also on the sleeves, I'm going to be cutting this down to about what my sleeve arm is. And that I will be using. This is the old um, Cricut mat that it sticks some, but when I put paper on, I can't get anything off it. So I just use it now for t-shirts. But I need some to fit in the arms, and that's what we're going to use for that. I'm just going to wipe this off right now. Sorry for the loud noise, but I want to get some of that off of anything that might be on that I don't want to keep on. Ooh. See if I can get that a little wetter. Oh, you know what? There it is. It fell over. And let's wet this side. Got a little better? Oh, it's chalkboard screech, I tell you. I can't stand that noise. But sometimes you have to deal with that. Trying to get that little bit of yellow. I might be just better off buying a new one because it's so old, but it still works. Let me just... I have some areas that have dried on yellow or gold or whatever it is. It's only this one side. I do have it's a little distilled water that I keep, and I heat it up before I bring it. With a little touch of soap in it. Just to clear out my little areas. It will be okay. I can see through it now, but my transfer is nice and clean, even though it looks like it's not. It really, really is. You only have to worry about where your ink is going to go through or your paste. So I'm going to just set this onto here and let that dry. This is going to dry overnight. And then maybe tomorrow we can do the sleeves. It'll be good. It'll be really cute in the next day or two. 3. Anybody have any questions? Muscles, yeah. No, I don't need too much muscles. You know, if you put too much pressure on it, on the transfers, friends, you will stretch your transfer. This can really stretch. I tried a whole bunch of ways, guys. I don't endorse many products. You know, if they work, I tell you about them. If they don't, I tell you about why I don't like them. But this one has been pushed and shoved, and it's ripply. I don't know if you can see it. It's actually ripply. It's not smooth anymore, and it's from people, really ranking on it and pulling at the same time. And you're pulling, and then you stretch it, and then when it comes back, tries to go back, it's like a balloon. It just doesn't work. So just nicely going over your edges and your, just like this is all you have to do. You don't have to do this yanking because that's when you stretch it. And then when you go to like do a layover like I just did, that's what I call a layover. Your transfer is not going to be, it's not going to fit. It's like a balloon. It's not going to fit act the same way. So I'll show you one more time. Now this is going to dry. I'm going to go hang it up. It looks really nice. I love it. I'm going to peel it off, and I want to show you. And I'm just nicely lifting it off and not Not pulling the shirt, I'm just lifting it off naturally. It's had time to dry a little bit. Sit here for a second. Oh, I love it. Absolutely, I really do love it. Now, I want to show you, other than, now, I had a friend borrow my long transfer, or stick paper, and she didn't clean it, and she used so much ink that all the ink went through, and she didn't clean it off, and now it's permanent. You don't see my sunflower on there. Now I'm going to flip it inside out so you can kind of see how much actually went through. You see the flower? This way. Not much went through. You see that? That's when you use a good transfer. That's when it's working really well. Now I gotta get my hands out. This sweatshirt was from Victoria Sports. I never heard of them. It was given to me. Now it's still damp, it's still wet, but I'm going to be redoing this whole shirt, so I'm not worried about the colors and where the ink is. I'm going to go let that dry before I do the next one. Now, as you see, it has green right here, so that's where sunflower is going to go. I'll put a sunflower, you know, like maybe one about right there with the leaves. And then this one over here is going to go um, maybe down here, or maybe I'll put another one over on this shoulder and have three of them going across, because sunflowers are long. They're big, they're huge, but it's super cute. And I don't have to worry about any of this. It's not getting on my clothes that I know of. And if it does, I just chop over it, guys. What am I doing? I hope you enjoyed this today, guys. Tomorrow I'll show you how to do the sleeves, because I like to do the sleeves separately. And that might take me a couple of days to do this shirt. Some shirts take me time because I take my time. I want it to look nice. Excuse me. But it was fun. Well, thanks everybody for coming. And, like I said, if you want to have a shirt done, and, I can't guarantee I won't make mistakes. But if I do, I just add another flower or whichever. Um, we can do that. And I charge $25 to make t-shirts. And hankies are 10 if you want hankies. Hankies I usually do one corner of the hanky. Super cute. Thank you for those hearts. Woo! Thank you. I love it. Well, everyone have a great night. I'm going to go have a pot of coffee, and then I'm going to come down and make another flower. And I'm going to let it just relax for a while and dry. Thank you. Oh, guys, you are just a blessing. Thank you so much. And everyone have a safe night. Hopefully the storms are done for all of us. And we will see you all tomorrow. Thanks so much for coming. Love you all. Thank you so much.